While I'm there thanking him, I know that I have a right.
Good evening. We want to welcome you.
Whatever I need,
the ministry, where the word is life.
he will supply.
We want to first say, I do not own the rights
I believe
to
tonight
the song,
somebody just wants him to open up.
but it's just a little different than, I don't know what happened.
There are moments in life that leave a lasting impression, like the feeling of moving as a new.
So important, people of God.
Okay.
Whatever I need.
Now I'm good. Anyway, it's good to be back with you. I know we haven't been on the air for a minute. We had some things going on.
I believe tonight somebody just wants him to open up the windows of heaven.
Be taken care of.
Let it rain. Send down your
For
blessings,
those
Lord.
of you that will tune in
I
tonight,
just need you to move in this place tonight. I
we
just need
thank
you to
you
move in this place.
for tuning in.
He's doing it right now.
We were last speaking from the book of Romans. But on tonight, the Lord led me for some reason midweek to look at this passage we're going to look at tonight. And I'm still trying to figure out the reason as to why he has me looking at, or is going to have us looking at this. But then I've encountered a situation today that kind of is shining some light on why he has me teaching this, because I know that this situation that I'm going through today, somebody else is going through it. And I think this passage is going to address that. And that's what my spirit is telling me. We'll see what the Lord says. But on tonight, we'll be coming from the book of Matthew, the 10th chapter. We're going to start at verse 34. The 10th chapter of the book of Matthew. And we're going to start at verse 34. And in that, let me also say before we get started, I definitely want you all, if you can, text me in, folk that you know you want prayer for. We're definitely going to do that. We want you to know we're definitely going to be in prayer for the people that you ask us to definitely go in prayer for. But then we want you to know that we're praying for all of you, all those that tune in and don't know. I don't know names. I don't know any of that. All I know is looking for extension cord. Yeah. But we're praying for you, whoever you are that's tuning in. If we know you by name, or if I know you by name or whatever, I'm definitely going to lift you up in prayer. But just know that we are praying for you all. And I don't know what the situations are. I have no clue. But I want you all to know that I love all of you all, whether you saved and or unsaved. I love all of you all. So that it doesn't matter what you caught up in, what you're doing, how high you are, how low you are. God is in all those places, and we need him in all those places. So in that, saying that, let's look at our tonight's lesson. It's coming from, once again, Matthew 10th chapter, starting at verse 34, and it starts, and it says, hold on, I'm trying to get my theme music turned down, but it says this: think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. Note, if you will, this particular passage is right. I mean, it's before his crucifixion. And this is one of the other reasons, and or another reason as to why he came into the world. I had the pleasure of I was at my church, my house of worship this morning. I'm sorry about that. My house of worship this morning, and then we had a men's meeting, and just a lot of men get together, and we talk about things. But one of the things we dealt with, it was Christ and him crucified. But before he got crucified, they asked the question. They said, who had it worse? Did Adam have it worse, or did Christ have it worse? And then we got to discussing that. But I say that to say this. When Jesus came, and like I said, he's pointing out another reason as to why he came. Many folk had an idea of what they wanted their Savior to come as, or what they wanted him to do when he came. He definitely, as he was talking to the 12, he definitely points out this reason, or shall I tack on another reason as to why he came. And I'm going to reread it. He said, think not that I came into the world to send peace on earth. He said, I came not to send peace, but a sword. Now this means, because I've come, and now I'm going to add this to it, but because I've come, and he said it's going to not be peace, but a sword, that should tell us that there's going to be something going on that's not going to be good. Watch this. He says in verse 35, for I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household. Now watch this. He's telling them and telling us now. He told them then, and it's happening now. We can see it. That sword shares with us, or should show us, that because of whose you are, and because of what you stand on and stand for, you're going to go through some major issues. And it's going to start first in your own house. I don't know if y'all got that. I don't know if you grasped it. I don't know if you heard it. I don't know if you listened to it, but I'm going to say it again. He just said, because of what you stand on, believing in him, because you chose him, it's going to cause some problems in your household first. Do you hear me? First. Are you wondering why fathers are not in the homes raising the children? Mama's there raising them, getting them dressed, taking them to church. Daddy's there when he want to be there. He just said there's going to be a division in the home. Why? Because of, and this is not something that he's causing. It's something that's going to happen if you look, day and night, they don't exist in the same room. Good and evil can't coincide together. That ain't how it works. So when he says there's going to be variance, there's going to be shifting things. something's going to happen, because you trying to stand on my word, and somebody in the household, maybe your husband, maybe your living boyfriend, maybe your living girlfriend, maybe your uncle, maybe your whoever, they are going to fight against what you're trying to do. And he said it's going to start in the house. I'm going to tell you one of the reasons. Well, this is what I know for a fact. If you live in a home with someone that's unsaved and you are saved, and it's maybe a mate or your husband, whoever, 9 times out of 10, you're going to try to get them, or, ask them, not get them, but ask them on occasion to come, come to the house of worship, or to sit down and have a Bible study, or just talk to them, and they don't want to hear it, because it's all about them. They don't want to hear it. You keep it moving. You come back again. They don't keep moving. Sooner or later, either they gonna say yes, they'll come, and or they're gonna fuss you or cuss you out until you don't stop bothering them with that holy roller stuff. I'm telling you, it's either gonna draw or drive. But this is for them folk. I'm telling you, the heaviness. Let me put it another way. The weeding out is going to start at home. Let me put it that way. The weeding out is going to start at home. And this is when you have saved people in the house and unsaved people in the house. The weeding out is going to start there. Listen, let's move. He said, let me reread 36. He said, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household. A foe is an enemy. Y'all know we living in that right now. Y'all know we living in that. We got folk living in the same household that hate each other. You can't get no sleep because you wonder what they may do. They can't get no sleep because they wonder what you might do. In the same household now. And I'm talking husband and wife, father, children, wife, children, children. It's going on right now. And y'all remember that this is a prime example, y'all. I don't know if y'all ever, I watch a lot of stuff, but y'all remember watching, if you do that, Michelle Blair case, where she had her kids, I think 2 of them, in the freezer, dead. And then another one was somewhere else, I guess, somewhere. I don't know. But she killed her kid. And she claimed on it. She ain't had no problem saying she did it. Said she'd do it again. You see the variance. You see how, and then the elders of the family were the ones that were in prayer, not the mid kid, the variance. Daughters against mothers. So, if a mother can kill her own kids, y'all, that you see how the devil's working in there. He said, but then watch this. When Jesus said this, he was just merely trying to help us to see, or help to show us that even in your own household, if you are trying to live as he would want you to live, if you belong to him, he's going to show you, although painful as it may be, some of those that's in your own household are on this switched side. They're a foe. They're an enemy. And sometimes we got to go through things before we figure that out. Sometimes the Spirit of God will show you when it's time for you to see. And when he showed you, don't say you didn't see it. Don't be so passive where you act like you didn't see it. Because when it blows up in your face and then it comes back again, you say, I saw that. Yeah, we know you saw it. Let's move. 37 says, he that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And y'all, I'm telling you, this simply goes back to where he said, he is a jealous God. If your kids, husband and or wife, should not come before Christ, what do you think he thinks about you putting your car before him? Your job before him? What do you think he thinks about putting your finances, your political status before him? Bottom line, and everybody know this, and I'm just going to say it, we can't make it without him. It's simple as that. It's not hard. He says, he that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. He that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. Y'all, this is simple. Nothing should come before him. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. But I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to say this with all assurity. When you put the Lord first, and I'm talking to the unsaved, when you put him first, when you accept him, he's going to become first anyway, until you decide that you're going to put something else before him. And we've all done it. We've all put something before the Lord. We've done that. I know I have. But I'm going to tell you this. Once I got my reminder, should I say, once I got my reminder, and I knew that it was only from God, I never put anything else first before God, ever, ever. No more. My weapon was so severe where I lost my wife, my very first wife. Yeah, I had put her on a plateau. And after we had been married for years, God showed me when I was in the Marine Corps in the desert, laying on my rack. He showed me why I was going to lose my first wife. He showed me. It wasn't because it really wasn't because of what she did. It was what I did. I had put her on a plateau. And I could see nothing but her. Nothing but her. Yeah. And so in that, God said, oh no, I gotta break you down. And he showed me, like white on rice. He showed me it was this concrete, it was almost like a pyramid going up. And this is the vision he showed me. It was going up, solid. And it was a chair sitting on top. And the chair looked like a king's chair. But the arms were maroon and all of the rest it was gold. And she was sitting there. And when he showed me that, after he showed me that, and she was sitting there looking just as beautiful as she could be. When he showed me that, then he started showing me it crumble. It started like boom. And the chair and stuff started going down for it. Boom. Like that. And when he showed after that happened, I jumped up. I went to the phone area, and I called her, and I told her, I know why God is taking you from me. And we were already talking about divorce then. But I said, I understand now because I was really fighting against it because I didn't want it. But he showed me why it was going to be. And I knew that. And that's just what he showed me, why he was going to take her from me. I mean, we were going to, not him taking, but we were going to. And things happened that really, you know, I better understood when God showed me that vision. Things happen in the marriage, like, you know, it ain't marriage, but he showed me and I understood, and I wasn't bitter anymore. But he's saying here, I'm telling you, if you love your father, mother more than me, you're not worthy. And he showed me, you're going to have to make a choice. And many of us, we still are struggling with trying to make a choice. But it's got to be done. It's something to get around. Watch it. So he said then, he that taketh, verse 38, he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. I don't know if you all know this, and I'm sure most of us have probably thought about it. All of us have different, we all have our own crosses to bear. We have our own path to walk. And please don't get it twisted. A lot of times, y'all, when he said, he that taketh not up his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. A lot of us have come into our I think, well, let me just safely say, so a lot of us have come into the house or come into the family of the brotherhood, many were saved, or brothers and sisters. But some of us have come in with the wrong mindset. And I don't want to say the wrong motive. I want to say the wrong mindset. I'm going to just get to the nut of it. Being saved is not, I mean, that is a beautiful thing. But living that life is not going to be beautiful all the time. It's going to cause you some issues. It's going to put you in sometimes some serious situations. It's going to sometimes cause rejection simply because that's what you stand for. That's what you, it's being saved is not all sweet. The reward is awesome. But we gonna go through, y'all. That's just how it is. But I'm gonna say what he says here. If you don't take up your cross, that means you can't walk down the road or start walking down this path and you start getting knocked around because stuff is happening, or you putting yourself in stuff and calling on God to get you out, you know, and you don't think he's heard you yet, or just stuff befalling you just by chance of you just being there. Stuff is going to happen. That's just how it is. And that's even saved or unsaved. But here he says, you're going to have to be able to bear this thing. Just because, bear it because I'm telling you, you can. Bear it because I'm going to show you you can. Bear it because I did it. And if I'm now in you, you can go through it too. That's just what it is. He says, watch this. Verse 39. He that findeth his life shall lose it. He that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. And that's such a profound passage of scripture. We have to understand everything that we give up in the name of Christ in this life. Don't you know he's going to take care of all that other, whatever we sacrifice for him. We not only going to get reward afterward, but we're going to live abundantly here. But then I'm going to tell you this. If you're not willing to give up, then you're going to reap that also that you sow. You can't not be willing to give up for Christ, but then you asked him to give up for you. How is it that we have a mindset that we want the best blessings from God and we give him half-cut stuff? How is that? You know, we give him half praise. Some of us give him half time, half this, half that, and sometimes it's not even half. But then we want the best blessings for ourselves. How do we do that? And have a clear conscience that it's okay. He says here, watch this. He that findeth his life shall lose it. And he that loseth his life for my name's sake shall find it. And I'm going to tack on what I just said prior to, but I'm going to say this. When we start our walk with Christ, there's a lot of things. Not only we're not going to do, some things we're going to change, some things we're going to do different. I mean, just the whole arena. But if you giving these things means and or allows you to get closer to Christ, and you're doing it to get closer to Christ, it's almost like shedding, because some of these things in your life you just not gonna do, and that's really a sacrifice. But you're doing it just to get closer to Christ. And he says, when you do it, yeah, you're gonna lose that former life. He says, but I promise you this, because you've done it, to get close to me, nothing else, just to feel me. I promise you, oh, you're going to gain a whole lot more. I promise you that. And y'all, all of our gain is not when we go to sleep. He said he wants us to live here and live here more abundantly. That means he's going to keep us here. He's going to, everybody, a lot of us still wonder, are worried about what you need, what you need, what you need. If you know Christ, he said he will supply your every need. You don't have to worry about that. You don't even have to worry about where it's coming from. You don't have to worry about if you belong to him. And for those that are thinking about it, those that don't, get to know him. Get that peace to know that you can talk to him and just tell him all about it. The way that you can't talk to me about it. You can lay it on the line with him. And you ain't got to run down no list about what you need. He already knows that. He said he'll take care of it. That's just what it is. So he says, watch this. In verse 40, he that receiveth you receiveth me, and he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. Let me, hold on. I gotta mark my spot so I won't lose it. Hold on, just say what?
A coin purse.
Her purse is up there on the thing somewhere. Yeah, I'm broadcasting. Ask Kia. Anyway, it says here. Sorry, y'all. I apologize for that. I got some stuff going on back with mama. Anyway, he that receiveth you receiveth me. And he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. Think about this real quick. If they receive you, they receive you because of Christ. And naturally, if they receive you in the name of Christ, they have to, because the Father's with the Son. What happens when or if they don't receive you? What happens if or when they don't receive you? What do you think about that? Let me drop this in your spirit. He that receiveth you receiveth me. He that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. Let me drop this in your spirit. How do you, and if somebody can answer this, just type it in text or whatever you do. How do you get prepared and or taught to go out and witness about Jesus? Do you think that's something that you're taught? I mean, by man? Or do you think that when you go out, you're led by the Spirit? So, is witnessing, I guess I'm really asking, is witnessing, going out to witness, something that can be taught how to do it? And or is it something that the Spirit guides you to do? I guess that's the way to ask it. I'm not sure. Anyway, hit me back. Let me know. But listen, let's move real quick. Verse 41. He that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward. He that receiveth the righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward. Verse 42. And whosoever shall give to drink unto one of these little ones a cup of cold water, only in the name of a disciple, verily I say unto you, he shall in no wise lose his reward. I'm trying to see how I want to word this. If you bless your brothers and sisters, you're definitely going to be blessed. Let me say it just as simple as that. It's not a hard lesson. We give honor to where honor is due. We do that. A lot of you all celebrate, pastor and wife's anniversaries and stuff like that. And that's awesome that you do that to honor the man of God and his wife.
Yeah, for me.
Okay. Call me. But then I believe not only the man of God, if they're going to be honored, should be honored. But I believe every children of God, or every child of God, those saved and unsaved, they're all children of God. I think they should be honored too. That's just how I feel. I don't want no special recognition for nothing. I'm just a servant. That's just what I do. I don't need all of that. But then I know, and like I said, I don't mind, you giving the man of God his just due. But most of us that know where we are and who we are, we're not caught up in all that. We love being there for God's people in our capacity. That's what we're supposed to do. So anyway, that's one thing. But let me read this, and then I'm ready to wrap it up. I think this will be our last verse for tonight. Let me start it. Yeah, this will be our last verse. No, it may not, but hold on. Yeah, chapter 11, verse 1. It says that it came to pass when Jesus had made an end of commanding his 12, he departed thence to teach and to preach in their cities. Now here we go, and this is this was a message of mine a while back, but it's something that is really we're not going to get all into it tonight, but I'm going to do an introduction for it. Chapter 11 of Matthew, it says, now John had heard in the prison the work of Christ. He sent two of his disciples, I think we talked about that briefly a little bit, and said unto him, art thou he that should come, or do we look for another? And I'm going to stop right there, because we're going to, next week, if the Lord says so, we're going to look at when Jesus comes in and responds. But in this, on tonight, overall, I want you to overall think that being saved, as awesome as it is going to come with some highs and lows. And you all, it's sad to say, but it will start at home. The weeding out starts at home. Be on the right side. Just it's not, if you still breathing, if you can still hear me, can still see me, if you still here, it's not too late. Make your mind up. If you ain't got to make no decision, but just try. Just try for yourself. Just try something. He's asked. Ask him to just forgive you for the things you've done wrong. And mean it, that you want him to forgive you. And that's it. Ask him. But you can't ask him unless you accept him. You can talk to him all day long, but you have to accept him in your life. You got to do it first. But ask him to just forgive you for everything. But that's B. You got to do A first. Listen, and we're gonna close it up. Not hitting too deep in this lesson, he really was showing us the pros and or cons for following him. And it was not a smash hit thing, but he was showing us pros and cons, y'all. I just said, being saved, it's going to cause some ruckus. If you got family members that's not saved, you're going to cause some ruckus. And you either going to draw them or you're going to drive them, one of the two. He's just letting us know as he talking to the 12, be ready for this. That's just what it is. And y'all, we're seeing it happen now. We're seeing it happen now. I'm gonna tell you this, and then we're gonna close out. Save God's children. Well, we're all God's children, but those that have accepted Him. We go through so much. But our going through, most of the time, it's not physically, it's spiritually. We battle with seeing things, feeling things, knowing things that other folk are not dealing with or can't see. Some of us are called to do something about it. Some of us are called to pray about it. Some of us are called to do this. Some of us are called. But we deal with that all 24 hours a day, on top of dealing with internal affairs, physical affairs of the house or job. I'm telling you, y'all, if you truly trying to be in tune with God, y'all know what I'm talking about. But this is something, in all of that, God shares with us, I'll give you peace. You don't hear me? I'll give you peace. But y'all, anyway, we gonna shut it down for tonight. Thank you, Lord, for you all joining in. Hold on. Let me get my thing music down. Y'all know I just get comfortable with y'all. I just do, you know. But I thank God for the word. And all right, here we go. And once again, I do not own the rights to this song, but I love it. Thank you all for joining in once again. This is Golotha Ministries, where the word is life. My name is Brother Trotter. I am your brother in Christ. Let's just leave it there. Once again, we thank God for you joining in. We want to also remind you that we're going to keep all of you that may have texted in or chimed in or whatever in prayer. Definitely keep me in prayer, y'all. I need it just as much as you all do. I'm hoping everyone is going to go someplace and worship on tomorrow. Invite someone that's unsaved to come with you back to worship on tomorrow. Invite somebody that's unsaved. Y'all, that might be the experience they need. I'm serious about that. Invite somebody unsaved. We have to start caring about God's people. God's people, and all of us, saved and or unsaved, are God's people. We have to start caring for them. Jesus says, I didn't come here for the sick. I mean, for those that are already well. I came for the sick. And we know we were sick, y'all. We were still, and some of us are still sick. But we know where we can go to get healed. But it's time for us to help somebody else now. So you all, I love you guys. God bless you. Once again, this is Golotha Ministry, where the word is life. Tune in on next Saturday if the Lord says so. And we're going to continue in the book of Matthew. We thank you once again. God bless you and take care.